So we're going to go over Giovanna a little bit. And since she's a new character, as well as a new like archetype for the game a little bit, she's very simple rushdown character. So let's go over a few of her strengths and her general playstyle. Giovanna's neutral is incredibly hectic, in my opinion, because you have to basically navigate these giant swords or giant Potemkin normals or dolphins or whatever, and you don't really have that much to counteract it. It's not like you have a gigantic sword, right? It's not like you have a fireball. So in navigating it, you kind of have to use your brain a little bit into putting yourself in the correct position. Her walk speed is very good to do this, to put you in the correct spacing for stuff like cannon drill, which is plus on block, so it's good to do. People are going to watch out for that, though. When people are watching out for that, you could freely walk, and you could freely dash in and grab. Dash and grab is a very good punish tool in this game. Grabs are 2 frames. Her grab is really good. It does a lot of damage, honestly, and you can mix it up with stuff like just doing a normal into a combo, you know. Oops, you tech the grab, get carried into the corner for a bunch of damage, right? As well as grabs set up her offense really well. Oh, whoops. Where you can just do mix-ups. Like, you can do a cross-up. You can do empty cross-up low. You can do empty throw cross-up. You can do my favorite, which is walk up throw, which gets everyone. You know, it's just a very good thing to do. Her normals are very good. Her 5K counter hits a lot of things. It's pretty fast. Or her 2K, sorry. Her 5K as well, sliding is incredible. This move is insane. This is one of her best normals by far. And if you're not using it in neutral, you are missing out, because tagging someone with a random 5K, sliding 5K into knockdown is very strong. As well as you can use it in combos to both extend them and then off of like random anti-airs. Like, I'll show you. There we go. Like that is very strong. That's a non-counter hit jab into almost half screen corner carry into wall break. So, you know, sliding 5K is incredibly strong to both combo with as well as a neutral tool. And you're safe when you do stuff like this. They can instant block this move, but it's still just -4, so they're not getting a lot off of it. And if they do not instant block it, you're at a pretty good range. Her pressure with close slash is incredibly good. You can hit confirm it by just waiting and doing 2 slash and doing a little combo like that. As well as you can just wait, because that's +3 on block. So if you don't want to cancel, you can still just continue pressure as it's +3, and they don't have a lot of options to, unless they have an invincible DP. It's also dash cancelable, which is very unique in this game, even on block and hit. So doing stuff like this is incredibly strong, because they might be waiting for you to do your 2 slash, or even waiting for you to just late cancel it into crouch heavy slash. And if they're looking out for that dash, all of a sudden this becomes very relevant. Well, if I can do it, you know, on block, just walking up and throwing. If they're trying to look out and react to the dash, you just walk up and throw them. And if they're trying to jump constantly, this will catch them. That will counter hit their jump, and you get some free damage on them. So it's very, very strong to just do this on wake up, especially with characters that do not have invincible wake ups. Even some that do, you have to assert your dominance a little bit, because if they whiff the DP, you murder them, right? Close slash, very, very good. Some of her negatives are that her combo routes are sometimes kind of character specific, and I think a lot of characters have this issue, aside from a few. But I feel like when you're doing like wall carry combos with jumping 5K, 5D into air dash, there's a lot of variance in weight, like size and hurt boxes, where you have to do different routes. Obviously, that's been in Guilty Gear forever, but I hate it. I hate having to deal with different character weights. She has a lot of trouble navigating long-range sword normals. In neutral, like, counter hitting something like this is very difficult. Like, to the extent where it's almost impossible. Like, you have to make it whiff and, like, kick it. And try and get in on them. So, like, trying to counter hit them, you have to make it whiff, which is difficult because they can just not press the button and they control the neutral. So navigating those normals, once you're inside that range, you can't really press a button because you're going to get counter hit. So it is pretty difficult to react to stuff like that. But her anti-airs are actually fairly decent. 6P and her DP are both good anti-airs. The DP on counter hit leads to a lot of damage. The 6P will give you a lot of space, as well as is pretty damaging itself. You can see her 6P just cleanly beats, you know, some of the best air normals in the game. So it's actually pretty worthwhile to do it. It also sort of works against like Mega Fist and some of the more obnoxious air normals and air specials. So it's actually pretty good in that respect. DP is 7 frames like most DPs, and it has air invul. It's not invincible by itself. One of its benefits is, though, that it doesn't really move anywhere. So sometimes if you just throw it out, you're not really punished for it. As well as you get a full combo if you do like an anti-air off of it. Like that. You know, and you can break the wall. You can do a bunch of stuff. She actually has some anti-air options that are kind of underutilized, even by me. I do recognize that. So I think people are memeing that she doesn't have anti-airs, and I don't think it's true. And if they make her even buffer, she's going to be a huge issue. The last thing I will say is that optimizing her right now is a little difficult because some of her routes, at least from what I'm seeing on Twitter and all this other stuff, are pretty actually hard. They're kind of hard, at least for me. So hopefully there's some easier routes I could put out, or she becomes a little bit more optimized, because right now she's kind of a little bit of a high execution character. In the context of this game, she can get a little crazy with the dash 5Ks, confirming stuff. I would say Giovanna is actually very good. She's not top tier, but she's definitely viable. So if you're thinking about picking her up, I would definitely suggest doing so. Subscribe.